Greetings and welcome back. I'm the Angrynator, and today we're going to look at something different. But first, a bit of backstory.
Back in Season 2, I decided to make a few funny mugging videos about a certain show called Teen Titans Go. My original plan was to watch 5 episodes and then make a video called Is It Worth It? Where I gave my 2 cents about the show and whether or not it was worth watching. But as you might have guessed, something quite different happened. People began to watch my videos way more than before. And of course, having like 10 or maybe 20 views and then getting 100, 200 and even 1000 views on some of these videos, I couldn't help myself but to make more. Apparently, this is what people like to see.
And for that, I apologize and won't make that mistake again. And therefore I decided to look at Supernoobs in a different way. One where I personally watched the 5 first episodes and then tell you guys, is it worth it? Originally I wanted to call it Is It Fucking Worth It, but you know, YouTube.
Supernoobs is a show made in Canada which also uses flash animation.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm ready to watch the show now.
Supernoobs aired the first time back in 2015 and ended in 2017. That is, until the creators thought the second season was okay. Well, the show features 4 tweens named Tyler, Kevin, Shope and Theodore, commonly known by the name Roach. These 4 kids have set their minds on becoming superheroes, well, everyone except Shope, who is the smart nerd.
Let's talk about personality traits, since it's really short and simple.
As you could probably guess by the title, these 4 kids are noobs, or let's say nerds, since it's a bit more accurate. We got the asocial nerd, the smarty pants nerd, the nerd who thinks he's cool but he's a nerd and that really doesn't mix. And then we got Tyler. To be honest, out of all these people, he's probably the hardest to categorize. Not because he's complex, but because it feels like he's just... yeah, that he's simply just there. One day when the kids are out playing slingshot paintball.
Since that apparently exists.
Where they for the very first time meet these 2 alien military guys named Zen and Mem. They are on Earth to recruit the greatest soldiers to eradicate a virus that's going to attack humanity.
Kinda like Ben 10, just dumber.
And as you might have guessed, they mistakes the kids for warriors, and they give them these battle balls.
Excuse me, let me repeat that. Battle balls. What is the girl going to give them?
Anyway, they battle monsters on their school, or should that rather be alien virus taking control and shapeshifting the host into a horrific monster?
To be honest, I don't even think that Ren and Stimpy had something that stupid and surreal.
Well, as mentioned before, the aliens are revealed to be Earthlings of any kind, as seen in the other episodes such as squirrels, humans and even freaking ice cream.
Yeah, I believe there once was an 80s horror flick based on a man eating vanilla ice cream. That's how obscure this is.
To be honest, even Quack Pack did something similar, I believe. Well, the plot is simple since it's really minimalistic. Get superpowers, get control of superpowers, destroy evil rivals, keep secret identity.
Because, I don't know, one of them is a big comic book nerd probably.
As mentioned before, a lot of the plot surrounds these noobs trying to figure out their powers. And in that regard, let's talk briefly about the first 5 episodes, shall we? First episode, they get the battle balls and the school bully named Jock.
You know it's bad when the obvious Jock is named Jock.
Is infected by the virus and the noobs having no idea how to even use the battle balls. They somehow manages to conjure up blasters because guns would require PG-13, I guess. They manage to defeat the virus infecting Jock. The aliens comes in to extract the virus with...
the extractor. That's like calling Superman Boy Scout of America or Batman for Crazed Lunatic number 35.
Well, the Jock is now naked as much as a rating of PG can allow, I guess. And the teacher is mighty suspicious of all of this.
Something is very wrong at Cornberry Middle School.
And this might actually be the entire plot. Save the Earth and avoid the teacher of knowing you're doing that.
Episode 2, they get sent to the Intergalactic Council. You've seen a million times in almost any cartoon featuring an Intergalactic Council. They need to prove their powers but fails horribly, ending up destroying most of the council. Roach smashes them with his fist, Shope uses the blaster installed in the balls, and Kevin turns into a sperm whale.
That's a terrible name for an animal.
But Tyler, being a bit smarter since it's said so in the script, I guess, persuades the council to give them an actual chance to show their worth, since if the balls are removed they dry up like rotten earth fruit.
You will live, well, look like this.
Trust me when I say that is this episode's running joke.
Also, the battle balls have different powers based on some sort of scientific mumbo jumbo, I'm sure. Yeah, Batman and Robin did this too. Show the girl can control the elements, which in this universe is water, air, fire, water and magnetic.
Something that no nerd has. A magnetic personality.
Tyler who can teleport, Roach who gets super strength, and Kevin can morph into animals.
As you can hear, this is an odd set of abilities. I mean, they have the powers to grant the user superpowers. And they are this diverse? It just seems odd to me.
Well, odd or not, they get sentenced to battle some virus-infected animal which, gee, who have done this before?
Broccoli! No!
Oh, that's right, another bad to mediocre show based on what time you were born in.
And the two aliens step in to save them, being sentenced to stay on Earth.
Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that one of the aliens sounds like a bad Schwarzenegger impression?
Fuck you, asshole.
Next episode, number 3, is, well, probably the worst of the bunch.
They need costumes. Yeah, remember when they created colored comics? Maybe that was a bit before this time, I'm not entirely sure, but Batman at least had a period where he had to change the color of his costume all the time. Because reasons.
And believe it or not, they have a running joke of a child reporter seeing this epic fail battles.
Because child labor isn't a thing, as long as it's on television.
And another joke about the Kevin guy being mistaken for Paper Baghead, the cheerful sidekick.
And we're joined by everybody's favorite sidekick, Paper Bag Boy!
I admit that the sidekick being the target for comedic relief is kind of funny.
They try out a lot of different costumes, even some more questionable ones. Until the aliens updates their balls to carry some less than impressive battlesuits.
I'm sorry, it's just way too easy to make fun of the fact that they get their powers by touching balls. Of battle, of course.
I've got balls of steel.
Next episode is the one with the virus-infected squirrels, and of course being noobs, they get their ass kicked. The episode starts with the kids wanting a new video game. But as you might have guessed, no money, and the parents just tells them to go out and play.
No! Go outside and play!
And this is the running joke of this episode.
They figure out that the two easiest way for tweens to earn money is either a paperboy route or car wash.
I thought the car washing was for other people. Shows you how much I know.
But of course they go for the paper route, which they touch their balls to make the ultimate delivery vehicle. It happens. But they muck up and can only get their game by asking the aliens to purchase it for them.
By the way, the video game is called Battlenots. I'm not the only one making ball jokes here.
But wouldn't you know it, the aliens buy Cooking Mama of this world's equivalent. And they sit all day and play away. Meanwhile the noobs are sent out to play, they discover 3 humongous squirrels they get overwhelmed by.
They have, as mentioned themselves, a great day outside. While the aliens are just inside playing video games.
Sort of like if the game Battlenots were in real life. To be honest, I'm sure Johnny Test did this once. I'm not entirely sure though. They beat the squirrels the exact same way as the trailer did. Talk about some stupid meta shit if you told the concept to a kindergartner and they had to come up with such a scenario. It ends with the entire gang teaching you a lesson about too much video game and straight back to gaming. The last episode I saw had as little to do with the rest of the episodes as Cheese has to, I don't know, wedgies. Kevin transforms into a pug and loses the ability to touch his balls.
Even though now he can lick them just fine.
And for some strange reason they only have 3 hours until the transformation is permanent.
Why do every show have something like this?
And you might have guessed the scenario, he ends up in a dog pound. Let's hope it's the same one as the one in the Garfield video game I played. No such luck, it's an ordinary pound and the aliens has to go get him out. Yeah, you know what happens. They get the wrong dog. Then the noobs tries to get him out with the same result. Finally at the very end, he's out. But so are the 2 virus-infected cats who even has a grudge against Kevin. And they manage to stop these terrible cats by showing them dog puppies.
I kid you not, dog puppies.
Well, that's the episodes. Is it worth watching then? No, not at all. The jokes are beyond stale. The innuendos are terrible, the whole concept is done to death, the nerds being heroes by mistake. I think the most popular one is the Hulk, and trust me when I say Hulk at his worst are still miles ahead of this show. The characters are boring and stereotypical, the animation is none since it's made in Flash and that doesn't count. The jokes falls flat, there's literally nothing funny in it, so should we take it seriously? Well, I would say no, since it really feels like they want to be a comedy. The delivery, the actual lines, nothing is funny. The only funny thing is that they keep mentioning balls. And to be honest, I think they didn't count for that joke. Every episode for that matter relies heavily on one line that just doesn't work. Go out and play, taste blaster, puck ugly. Seriously, when your main joke falls flat, either substitute it with a bunch of semi-funny ones or change it to something that actually works. The entire show is just boring more than anything else. I didn't enjoy it, I didn't get enraged, I was just bored out of my mind. Most of it is due to the predictability, whether it's because they copy literally anyone they can or that it is just a weak concept, I don't know. The fact that the jock is just called Jock is ridiculous and the teacher's not allowing to figure out their secret identity. Seriously? Where did that come from, and even more, why did they include it when they haven't used it? Judging by the first 5 episodes, a lot of the stuff just doesn't make sense. It feels like they took a superhero checklist for creating a superhero and then decided to turn every question into an actual episode. How did they get their powers? Oh, I know, aliens, let's make an entire episode dedicated to that. What obstacles do they have? Oh, I know, how about a jock called Jock? Great idea, let's make an entire episode about that. Weaknesses? Oh, I know, how about a software malfunction? Great idea, let's make an entire episode about that. And so on and so forth. If I should be nice to it, then I would say it's like Ben 10, just worse. Way worse.
And that's basically everything I can say about it. Supernoobs, a show not fucking worth it. I'm the Angrynator terminating bad movies for your entertainment.
No, sir. I am a real horse.